So this is just an impromptu video I wanted to record on a title that a commenter pointed me to that I hadn't seen before, called Greco's Hall of Kanji, which is a kanji learning app for the Nintendo Switch that I hadn't previously heard of. So I just wanted to take a quick look at it and see if it's useful at all. There's not too much information about this title online. There are a couple of YouTube videos reviewing it. For the most part, the conclusion seems to be that it's just not a very good app. But I just wanted to look for myself and get a little more information about it out there, just in case there is someone out there who does find it relevant. So, the first thing you need to be aware of is that there are actually different versions of the game between the Japanese and US Switch stores. On the US store, it's released as a single title marked as beginner under the title Greco's Hall of Kanji, as aforementioned, for something like $15 or so. And it is a touchscreen game, hence the rather awkward filming angle I'm trying to do here. There is really not very much to the game here. It features a
You finally came. Think you can
vampire by the name of Greco, presumably with rather cheesy voice acting. One of the first questions that I have, of course, and I'm sure you have as well, is how many kanji does this actually teach? None of the promotional materials really points that out, so... Fortunately, they do give you right on the main screen here a kanji list. And there's really not much you can do to interact with these. They don't give you a whole lot of information, and they only give you one reading for them. I have counted this. As far as I can tell, the number appears to be 162. I have no idea where they came up with that number or this particular list. For reference, the school kanji list, there's 80 in first grade, 160 in second grade, so this is fewer than a second grader would know in Japan, but regardless, it's not a bad start for a foreign learning app. There are actually only 2 modes in the game. What they call puzzle mode here is basically just a tracker of your progress, such as it is.
Which ghost will you fight today?
First thing here is what the English version calls the writing challenge.
My ghosts are tough. Prepare yourself. Game on.
And all you do in here is it gives you a series of kanji and you have to write.
Write the kanji in order.
In this case, it shows you the stroke order and everything on the side here. You just have to basically trace it with your finger or your stylus. So. Basically, you just write it 3 times, that clears out that kanji, and it moves on to the next one. If you screw up too many... it actually took that. If you screw up too many times, it'll move on to the next one. The stylus input isn't terribly sensitive as far as I can tell. Sometimes it gets a little fickle, but most of the time it's pretty forgiving of basic mistakes like what you just saw there. You will also see that you're not actually under a time limit when you're just sitting and waiting. There is a toggle up here for speed. All that really means is if you start writing the kanji and then hesitate, it'll consider that wrong. What it seems to be testing for is basically how smoothly you can write the whole kanji in sequence.
Write the kanji in order.
And the slow, moderate, fast, I think, just controls how quick the timeout is between strokes. One slightly annoying thing is sometimes you will hesitate and then start writing right as the timeout hits, which means that, one, it'll give you a wrong answer and clear the strokes, and then the next couple of strokes you write before you notice that. It'll take us starting a new attempt and then mark that wrong immediately. Not that it's that big of a deal, but Also, there is a feature here where it will read the Japanese reading of it, or one of them, the one it gives you. And as far as I can tell, it was recorded by a 4-year-old on a Fisher-Price tape recorder. It is what it is. I can remember how to do my writing. What are the numbers? Honestly, there's not much more to it than this, but I'll try and get through it quickly.
Write the kanji in order. Poetry.
One thing is it doesn't really sort these by difficulty or anything. You're seeing that you move from, within this one session, a 3-stroke kanji to a 13-stroke kanji.
Final question. Write the kanji in order. Bridge.
Then a 16-stroke one. But of course, because it's for people who are assumed not to know much about kanji, all it's really doing is making you connect the dots, more or less. So I don't really feel like this mode is going to teach you anything you don't already know.
You got me.
Except maybe just getting you in the rhythm of
kanji.
writing kanji with the proper stroke order smoothly if you haven't practiced that a lot. I don't know. But when you complete one of those, it'll count the number of kanji you wrote total. You write each kanji 3 times, so that counts as 3 instances of writing for the counter here, so it's not like there are 395 kanji total in the game or anything, but as I said, this is basically your tracker of progress. This does start out moving pretty quickly, and then it slows down over time, so you probably have to write quite a lot of kanji before you'll actually reveal that whole thing if you really care about it, but I haven't yet. Now, the other mode of the US version here is what they call the hide-and-seek challenge.
My ghosts are tough.
And all this means is there is a kanji partly revealed behind the mirrors on the side of the screen there.
Write the kanji behind
You're
the
not
mirror.
given stroke order this time,
Hot water.
so you have to write it based on seeing it as well as you can. I'm not sure what that one is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How do you write that thing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Something like that.
Write the kanji behind the mirror.
And you're just trying to do as many of these as you can within 60 seconds. That's nice. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Write the kanji behind the mirror. Slope.
What is this? Yeah, there you see I started writing again and it counted as 2 wrong answers. Thought that was close enough.
Write the kanji behind the mirror.
And if you get it wrong too many times, it will discard it and skip to the next one. That's just 4, I know that.
Write the kanji behind the mirror. 10. Write the kanji.
My setup, I
behind the
can't
mirror.
actually hear the audio, by the way, so that's why it's taking me a while to identify things like 10.
Write
Yeah,
the
it gave me
kanji
that one.
behind the mirror. Boat.
I'm not gonna write Fune in that amount of time.
You'll never beat me at that level.
So yeah, if
Total
you
written kanji.
aren't pretty familiar with kanji already, that mode is going to be quite a challenge in this game because you're going to have to try to intuit the stroke order based on not a very good view of the kanji as a whole, so... If anything, it's useful for drilling when you've already been practicing writing kanji a lot, but if you're bothering to look at this game, I wouldn't think you have been. There are probably better tools out there for you. Anyway, that is literally all there is to the English version of this game. So, let's move on over to the Japanese version quickly. Okay, the Japanese title here is Grecoからの挑戦状, Kanji no Yakata to Obake Tachi. I'm surprised I actually read that correctly on the first try. Basically just meaning Greco's writing challenge, Tower of Kanji, and some ghosts, I guess. You will also see here that this is the Shogaku Ninensei, second grade version of the game. In the Japanese App Store, you will actually see 6 different versions of the game, one for each year of elementary school, presumably with the corresponding kanji. And each one is like 600 yen or something. All I have right now is the second grade one. I assume they're all basically the same, but I haven't investigated in depth. Okay, that voice was kind of unexpected. Important question. Is this vampire a boy or a girl in the Japanese version? Best answer, no. So, unlike the English version, you will actually see on top of the puzzle and kanji list, which I'll show you pretty quickly here. It's slightly different and does actually track the number of times you've written each kanji, but that's basically just the second grade list, 160 kanji. Unlike the English version, there are actually 3 gameplay modes here instead of 2. We'll get to those in a moment, but this first one here, Kaki Kaki Obake, just write ghosts. It is almost exactly the same thing as the writing challenge in the English version. Except you don't have your stroke order guide. And also you have do it 5 times instead of just 3. So it's a rather more challenging experience, probably meant for Japanese school children who have been actively learning these things in school and are just getting supplementary practice. Yeah. Last stroke is terrible. Whatever. It's good enough for this writing animation. I also don't think it reads the readings of the kanji. You will see that it does have both the on and kun readings in the Japanese version, at least a couple of them. So that's a little more useful if you're trying to actually learn these kanji as opposed to just writing them. I know how to write this one. There it is. That's all 3 in order, right? And unlike the English version, there is no way in here to reference what the stroke order is, so unless you have external material or you've been learning it in school or something, it's not going to teach you stroke order, it's just going to judge you. It also gradually fades out the kanji each time you write it, which really makes no difference whatsoever unless you have terrible eyesight. getting a stroke on that say radical there. And also unique to the Japanese version, the last kanji out of 5 in the writing challenge, based on its heart meter, you have to write it 7 times instead of just 5, which seems pretty superfluous to me, but whatever. And the ghost has slightly different character art if you care about that. I don't. So this is just gonna be boring for a while I write this thing 7 times. Avoid forgetting all the strokes. Still counted it though. Yes, I'm aware my penmanship's terrible here. I'm writing at a really funny angle, give me a break. Alright, that's done with. And no, I have no idea what he or she is saying here. I'm not that good with my listening. But as with the English version, there's a picture that's revealed as you write kanji. I assume it's a different picture for each one of the 6th grade years, but I am, again, not sure. I only have this one. It feels like it may reveal a little more quickly, too, than the English version, but again, I'm not certain. So, the next thing is Kakurenbo Obake. It just means hide-and-seek ghosts. And I think this is exactly the same as the English version. It's just a kanji in the mirror that you have to write within 60 seconds. And it starts me off with an easy one this time. Just stop. That's a 2nd grade kanji. Weird. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Something like that. Alright. Never remember the order of those strokes, but I don't think it's going to give it to me that way. There it is. Then that's bird. That's terrible. I'm out of time anyway. Yes, I'm sure you're taunting me because of how terrible I did. That's fine. Now, unique to the Japanese version, this is not included in the English version for obvious reasons, is this other one, Kakitori Obake. That more or less just means, in this context, kanji transcription ghosts. And it is pretty much what it sounds like. And this is the mode that's probably the most useful to a foreign learner of Japanese. You will be given a simple Japanese sentence and asked to write the kanji that are reflected by the marked word. have a time limit indicated by the candles there. Fuyu. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No? Probably not that one at all, is it? I don't think it even shows you. Oh, there it is, yeah. Oh, right, I'm trying to write snow, not winter. Derp derp. Hiiro. Something like that, with some doofies down below. And they do give you an option to skip if you just don't know it at all. Yeah, I was completely wrong on that. Should be able to get that. It's 2 separate strokes, right? No? No? Or is this a different nun that I'm... Yeah, I don't know. Okay, why wasn't it taking it? Because I'm writing it terribly? Ten o kotai suru. I don't know. Not that one, is it? Oh, it is that one. I think I know the word shikaku, but I am blanking on the... Is it... like that? No? Oh. Derp. That's shikaku. Honto... That's... No. That's toll. This is... Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like that, right? Yay, I got one. How do you write Tanoshi? So, grass on the top, and then doinks over here, a thread or something. That's a terrible backwards thread. I don't know. Whatever. Okay, it's a tree on the bottom. Uta. Another one I'm probably not going to be able to write well here. Something like that. Yeah, I give up. Okay, I should know that one. That's ugly. There's a moon and then a sun. That way, right? Might be the other way around. Or I could be completely wrong. Aki wa something or other. That's da 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 da. Right? That is the right Aki, right? Yeah, I don't know. It's not precise enough for it, I guess. So, as you can see, that, whatever you want to call it, Kanji transcription challenge is pretty challenging, I think. And if you're going to play this game at all, that's probably the main thing you'd want to play it for. Again, that's only available in the Japanese version, so you would have to set that up. Beyond that, generally speaking, I don't think there's much to this. It does some things okay, especially in the Japanese version, but I think there are better apps out there. So, I guess that is all for now. Thank you for watching, and good night.